Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I guess I will be reviewing Don't Breathe 2. You want to show this? There you go. I guess it's good enough. A little bit. You still see it. The only one that I really know that came back was obviously our main blind man. Played by, why am I blanking on his name now? My goodness. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Stephen Lang. Had to look on the thing because it listed him down there. He's the only one that I really know from other movies. Now, I'll admit I didn't have much expectations with this one. I loved the first one. When I saw a sequel, I was sort of excited, but sort of like...
I was skeptical.
Yeah, skeptical. The trailer did show a lot. But, so I went into this with little to no expectations. This movie has gotten basically a lot of hate. I don't hear a lot of positive things about it. So, what did I think of it?
I didn't watch it, so.
No, she didn't watch it. I really actually enjoyed this one, just as much as the first one. Yeah, I didn't know where they would sort of take the story after the first one.
I thought the first one could have been good as just a standalone movie.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know, because I couldn't remember exactly how the first one ended, so I didn't know if the little girl was from the woman that he had trapped in the room or what. I didn't know where they were going with this. But once I figured out, once we got further into it, and you kind of figure out who is who and why stuff is happening, it really made it make a lot of sense. They put a lot of the pieces together. They didn't really leave you scratching your head wondering, well, why did this happen, or why did this happen? Which I like. I like when movies don't leave you scratching your head wondering, this don't make sense. But basically, the little girl, he kidnapped, pretty much, or saved, if you will, because when she was younger, she had to be, I would say, around 4, because it jumps ahead 8 years, and Sean looks like she's like 12 or so, between 12 and 14. So she had to be around like 4 years old. The house she's living in explodes. She makes it out alive, and she collapses in the road. And he comes along, finds her, takes her back home, or takes him to his home, and raises her for 8 years, making her think, that he's her, or she's his daughter. And so how do the bad guys come into play? What's this all about? You find out that the bad guys are not only the ones that are doing the organ trafficking, like the organ stealing from little kids, but they're actually her parents. And they're trying to get her back from him, because they'd been looking for her for a while, and they finally found her, thanks to the gray streak that goes through her hair, because the dad has the same, I would say, I guess, probably like a birthmark type deal, where you get like they have gray strands of hair in a certain spot on their head. So that's why they're breaking in. That's why they're trying to kidnap the girl, if you call it kidnapping. So they kind of make you... They really flip-flop a lot with these characters, though, because they want to make you like the bad guy. But then you start feeling kind of sorry for the dad, in a way. So then you start kind of hating Stephen Lang's character again, the blind man again. Because you think, well, did he kidnap her? He's lied to her all these years, everything. But then when we get towards the end, when after they've got the girl and went back to where their hideout is, if you want to call it, we find out that the parents only wanted the little girl back because they wanted to take her heart out and give it to the mom. Because the mom was dying because her heart got badly damaged when the house exploded, and she inhaled a lot of the bad chemicals and the drugs they were making, and it messed her heart up. So they've been trying to find matches from little kids to match up with the mom, but nothing was working. They needed an exact match, so they needed the daughter. So now Stephen Lang's character is back to looking like the good guy again, which, his character in this one, he has sort of reformed, I guess, himself in a way. He feels guilty for everything he's done. He's not, he talks about he's raped, he's done all this kind of stuff. And he's ready to die at the end of it. He basically is admitting he's ready to die because, he's not a good guy. And, after everybody's killed, he tells her to run, to go away, and she won't leave him, but, she basically stays there with him until he dies, and then she goes to an orphanage, this orphanage that she goes to and sits beside of when she goes to the park, and she goes to live there. I guess orphanages can just take kids off the street, I guess, if they willingly want to live there. I don't really know how that works with orphanages and stuff like that. But she just kind of walks in off the street, says, "You got room for one more?" And, they say, "Sure," and let her come stay. So, I still really enjoyed this movie. I know it gets a lot of hate. I thought the gore was great. I thought all the acting was good. I know a lot of people are complaining of the acting, but I didn't see really. I've seen worse. I can't fault it for what it was. I've seen a lot worse. I liked the sort of back and forth, like you hating the character, then you loving the character. It's because it's sort of keeping you invested, I guess, in a way in it, because your emotions are changing as the movie goes along, which is probably what they wanted to happen in the movie. And I know there's I didn't watch. Apparently, I've heard there's an end credit scene, and I didn't see that. I stopped it before the end credit scene, but I guess maybe the blind man might be alive, and he wasn't fully dead when she left him laying there, from what I heard. So they might be trying to set it up for a third one. But I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it and
maybe just fast forward and be like,
see what's going on exactly with the after credit scene. But if they make a third one, okay.
It doesn't really need a third one.
It didn't really need a second one.
No.
It definitely kind of don't need a third one. Because they did technically kill him, and if they bring him back, to me, they're kind of pushing that line of, making him immortal. And I'm tired of characters being sort of immortal just to get a sequel out of it. So I'm kind of glad that was an after credits thing, because if for some reason they do make a third one and I don't want to watch it, I don't have to, because I can just say he died in the second one. But overall, I enjoyed a lot of aspects of this movie. Was it a perfect 5 out of 5 for me? No, it wasn't a perfect 5 out of 5. What exactly the problems was, I would say partially, the acting wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't horrible like some people are saying it is.
I didn't watch this movie, and I don't think I ever will, only because of this reason. And like, the first one I watched, and I was fine up until the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they put the whole, like, rapist thing in there, it was really hard for me to watch that movie after that. And I don't think I could watch it and get, like, that image or whatever, like, out of my head enough to concentrate on the actual movie. And I wouldn't want to watch it and then, like, review it or judge the movie based on... Because I feel like I would give it a false review because I would be thinking too much about, that other stuff. And I wouldn't want that. But it's weird because, you think about, not to get off topic, but, like these other, like, celebrities and stuff that are getting in trouble for assault and stuff like that. It's horrible. And, like, what's his face? It did Baby Driver?
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Spacey. I love that movie, and I mean he did that movie, but at the same time, I mean it's not the same in a way, it's different, but you also can't just because he did a movie doesn't mean you have to bash that movie.
I was gonna say that's sort of two separate
Yeah,
things.
that's two separate
because you're
things.
talking about something off camera that they didn't realize
Yeah.
compared to something they're showing on in the movie. So that's like two separate things altogether.
And it's not like he was in the movie like I'm supporting him. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm a huge fan of him. Because I'm not, but that's besides the point. But it's hard for me to watch stuff after knowing something like that, even if it's not real. And I just wouldn't want to give a movie a false or not good enough rating because I'm too concentrated on something else. So I feel like it would only be right not to watch it at all instead of doing that.
Yeah, definitely understand. I mean, I think you would enjoy this one if you did watch it if they didn't have that first movie ending like it did.
Yeah.
I think you could watch it and enjoy this. I would definitely say give it a watch.
Or if they could have even just done, like, he just murdered people instead of done the rape thing, I would have been okay with that. I know that's weird, but that hits more home for me, so I feel like it just takes it too far for me.
But, yeah, for me, this was a 4 out of 5. I think that's what I gave it on my Letterboxd.
I think so. Yeah.
Like I said, the acting was good, not great, and some of the things that happened was a little borderline, especially the whole house scene when it was on fire and he was trying to escape.
Was it Michael Myers-ish?
Not Michael Myers. Well,
Jason-ish?
Maybe Michael Myers, if you count the whole Halloween Kills scene where he walks out of the burning house. But and then but some of the stuff was kind of borderline, and it was sketchy if it on believability. But I still give it a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it enough. It wasn't a 5 out of 5, but I still really loved it. I'll add it to the collection to go with the first one that I love. And like I said, if they do make a third one, I'll probably check it out, but it's going to have to be really, really good for me to want to get it, because at this point, with what they've done, him still being alive is just going to be too unbelievable for me.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes if they do make a third one, but definitely say check this one out. Give it a watch if you've not already. Maybe you'll like it. Just, people's got to be more open-minded with movies nowadays. I think they're too they're too closed-minded sometimes, or they're looking for new stuff, and you just can't
The
do new
problem
stuff.
with new stuff is everything's been done a million times, so you can't look for new stuff.
Yeah, you can't judge a movie and knock it down and say it's horrible just because it's cliche, you've seen it before.
Because you've seen everything before at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you just don't watch movies a lot.
I know we've talked about the whole cliche of the killer getting up and walking away and stuff, like it's been done.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't knock a movie down for that. I try not to. I may bring it up saying, that it's so cliche. But I'm not going to say this movie's god-awful because the killer got up and walked away or blah, 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 blah.
Because
at least I try not to.
In a lot of situations, that's what would make sense. So you can't really, make the grade go down for that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I think that is everything for this review. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified for all our videos, and we will see you on the next one.